Meet Rome. Hand-assembled in the USA, Rome's luggage offers a blend of impeccable craftsmanship and contemporary design. But here's the clincher. With Rome, you get a 100-day free trial and a lifetime warranty. That's right, Rome's commitment to you is long-term. So why wait? Use code JOURNEY50 for $50 off and give Rome a go. And experience firsthand why it's more than just luggage. It's a travel companion for life. That's RomeLuggage.com.
You like things just so. So do we. The Bank of Clark is the bank for that. We all have an inner perfectionist who deserves things done their way. Maybe you like to bank in person. Maybe you prefer to bank online. We get it. From banking to lending to wealth management, we're all about getting things done just the way you like them. We're the bank for that. Find out what banking designed for you is all about. Visit your local Bank of Clark branch today or go to bankofclark.bank. We're the bank for that. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Set summer in motion with the most adventurous Honda vehicles yet, like the Passport and Pilot Trail Sport, and the Ridgeline, built for better off-road performance and engineered for more adventure. Summer's here. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 3.9% APR on a 2023 Honda Pilot, a 2.9% APR on a 2023 Passport, and a 0.9% APR on a 2023 Ridgeline.
Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
See dealer for financing details.
Hi everyone, it's Amanda Rieger Green. Thank you for joining me on Soul Sessions. This is a bonus episode that I am pretty certain most of us need as a little boost and opportunity to recognize some of the turbulent energies we may all be experiencing. There's certainly some massive astrology and numerology that's at play, but also on a collective level, we are in a real period of transformation, but almost like a metamorphosis. And if you think about a metamorphosis versus a transformation, sometimes the metamorphosis is a journey. You have the caterpillar that is eating and filling itself up, nurturing and nourishing itself, doing the work that it needs in order to evolve. And then at some point, the caterpillar begins to spin its cocoon, its chrysalis, and that takes work. It takes energy. So it stores up all this food and energy and nutrients to be able to do the work, to go into that chrysalis or cocoon. Once it gets it spun and gets its safe space, its place to incubate, it goes through a phase of growth. It literally grows wings. It sprouts wings, which is really miraculous when you think about it. But think about growing pains in life, literal physical growing pains, healing. Usually we heal, but it's sometimes painful. And so you may be experiencing some of that right now. But from that pain and from going within and some of the darkness, being in the chrysalis, you start to build the muscles and momentum, sprout new wings, new tools, new outlooks, new perspectives to eventually fly. But first and foremost, to break out of the chrysalis. Someone explained it to me a long time ago, and it was like a light bulb went off. But when the caterpillar that becomes the butterfly is busting out of the chrysalis, it is imperative that that caterpillar bust out with those new wings that are not completely formed, that don't have the muscles yet, because as it is breaking through, breaking out, busting open the chrysalis, it is literally building muscle in the newly formed wings. While it is doing that, it's growing, it's strengthening itself, it's hard, it's depleting, it's exhaustive, but the little butterfly is determined to break out and fly. And if any of us were to go and peel back the chrysalis and assist the butterfly, we would be doing it a disservice because it must break out in order to eventually fly. Once the butterfly breaks out, it gets out of the chrysalis, its wings are still wet. So it usually takes a couple of days for the wings to dry so it can take flight. It's really a miraculous process, and when it flies, it's beautiful and it soars. So use this time, August, September, and October, to recognize where you are in your metamorphosis. And you may run through every stage of the metamorphosis in a day, and it may not be linear either. So, one day you may feel like you are flying and soaring, and the next day you feel like you are consuming in order to build up your reserve. Or other days you may feel like you're in the darkness and going through the growing pains. Other moments, see if you can creatively envision and identify where you are at any given point, and know that it's all part of something greater. And this opportunity that we have, especially with the astrology, because we are in a massive retrograde season. All of the planets are retrograde or will be retrograding by September, meaning, Venus will turn direct in early September, but we have all planets retrograde except for Mars. And that's a lot of reflection, revision, internal work. When planets retrograde, they don't literally turn backwards. They go through a part of their orbit, which changes the energetic dialogue between that planet, its attributes, and its conversation with the Earth. So with so many planets and energies turning and going within, there is turbulence, there's introspection, there's time to revise, rethink, revisit. Put in front of whatever you want. That's literally what retrograde does. And why Mercury gets so much hype is because it's close to the planet Earth. And it has a different energetic correspondence that is in dialogue with us in daily, day-to-day living. So is Venus and Mars. So those are the inner planets. The outer planets usually are longer term. They move slower. They're farther away from Earth. So it's more evolutionary, longer journeys, soul level lessons, bigger seasons of life. But when the inner planets are retrograding, we feel the conflict, the uncertainty, the confusion, the chaos in day to day. So Venus is currently retrograde and will be through September 4th, 5th. Mercury is retrograde as we speak. It's August 23rd as I'm recording this. You'll hear this on Friday. And it will be retrograde through September 14th, 15th. In the midst of that, around August 28th, we have Uranus, which is a farther out planet that is basically standing still in the sky and will retrograde, join the planets in its retrograde cycle at the end of October. So it's kind of just standing still in the sky for the time being and through mid-September. And when Uranus stands still and its energy is punctuated, I like to think of the days when a planet stations, when it's basically standing still in the sky, about to retrograde or about to move direct, as a punctuation mark, meaning their energy is exalted. So Mercury is about the mind and our communication. Venus is about love, relationships, values, money. And Uranus is about awakening and also destruction. So sudden genius, turbulence, downloads, insights, lightning strikes kind of energy. It can be destructive and creative all at once. So we've got so much turbulence. The question is, how do we navigate it? One of the first things I go to is laughing. And it's not laughing at or bypassing, but sometimes not taking myself too seriously. So when you feel immense, overwhelmed, intense, confused, frustrated, angry, lost, hopeless, helpless, depressed, anything that comes up that is disruptive or creating dis-ease, physical, mental, emotional, take a minute, reset, and see if you can just say, oh gosh, I'm going to be okay. I can't do all this today, but there are forces conspiring for me that are helping me to build new muscles to fly. And that's what these 3 months feel like and are like. Numerologically, when we look at the cycles, August is a time of review or reflection. So we've got a doubling down on the astro-numero code. The planets are helping us to do that with the energies. The numbers literally say reflect. Reflect on what you went through last year. What did you learn last year? Where were you challenged? Where did you rise up? Where did you have clarity? Look at all of it and see how it might be showing up in your life today for you to tweak, for you to make adjustments, to remind you, reorganize your priorities. And it'll still feel wonky early September, especially in the astrology and in the overall energy field. But mid-September onward, there is this opportunity.
Hey there, ever caught yourself dreaming about the perfect luggage for your travels? Yeah, me too. I recently discovered Rome. They make luggage, but with a twist. It's designed by you. Imagine a suitcase that truly matches your style, made with top-notch materials and craftsmanship. And here's the best part. You get to try it for a whopping 100 days with a lifetime warranty to boot. All this, and it's assembled right here in the U.S. So, next time you're planning an adventure, remember to check out RomeLuggage.com and use code JOURNEY50 for $50 off your order.
You're ready for a comeback. And with Purdue Global, you can do more than take classes. You can take charge of your story, of your career, of your life. Earn a degree you can be proud of and get an education employers respect. It's time, your time, not just to go back to school, but to come back and move forward with Purdue Global, Purdue's online university for working adults. Start your comeback at purdueglobal.edu.
Mid-September onward, there is this opportunity, astrologically and numerologically, for clarity, for momentum, for a revitalization of mind, body, and spirit, to pick up your newly found resources, tools, solutions, and take action. It doesn't mean that you have inaction in between now and then. Chop wood, carry water is sometimes the best way to go. Do what is in front of you today. What can I do today? Can I do it well? And then how can I also let go and let God, or delegate, or recognize where I do not have the tools or resources to accomplish this, and communicate authentically. Telling on yourself is maybe the most healing aspect of this energy. I practiced it early this morning. Of course, in true Mercury retrograde fashion, I had something scheduled on my calendar at 2 p.m. today, and I got an email that said, we missed you on our call at 10 a.m. And of course, I thought, oh my gosh, it was on my calendar. And I didn't go to, this isn't my fault. I went to, okay, it's Mercury retrograde, typical stuff. It's not the end of the world. And I laughed. But then I also immediately said, my mistake, I missed the call. Can we reschedule, or here's the information I need? And nobody was mad at me. It wasn't the end of the world. Everything didn't fall apart. I just told on myself. I reoriented myself. I laughed a little bit. And then I also communicated honestly. I made a mistake. I missed the call. And I don't know whose mistake it was. It doesn't matter. Even though it was on my calendar and I didn't set the meeting, it just was on my calendar. But I'm not displacing blame. I'm just owning that it was a mistake. I responded to it promptly. I find that is the most opportune sweet spot, is to immediately take accountability and either rearrange, be flexible, reconvene, and then not carry the emotional burden of, oh my gosh, somebody's going to be mad at me. Fear, guilt, worry, lack. Because that stuff gets really invasive and erosive. It erodes unconscious stuff that we are working right now to repattern. And it is a time of activating divine DNA, not just our literal DNA, the divine DNA. We've got guides, we've got spiritual masters, we've got God. We have got our souls that are almost feeling like they're on overload right now. and it can feel conflicting and confusing. So one of the practices that I truly encourage you to integrate, if it aligns with you, is when you go to bed at night and you wind down, you're doing what you need to do. If you are just in anxiety mode or list making or box checking, the monkey mind is squirrely, take 5 minutes and be squirrely. Take 5 minutes and make your to-do list or whatever you need to do to shut that part of your brain down and start to allow it to begin to function and then move into a restful state. Do it. I'm not saying you can't do that. Do it. And then say, okay, it's time to shut this off. I've made all the lists that I can make. Now I am ready to relax into my body. So breathing helps. Just a few really deep cleansing breaths. Inhale and open your mouth and audibly exhale. Just let it out a couple of times. So let yourself relax into your sheets, your bed, your body. And then, and here's the magic, and I've done this for years, start your prayers, your intentions, but talk to your soul, talk to God, but include your soul. Hey soul, hey higher consciousness, I recognize, meaning literally reordering your brain functioning. I recognize that while I am sleeping, you're doing important work in my consciousness on the astral plane, in this spiritual, energetic part of me that is out there, very involved in things that I can't even humanly understand, that are divine. Hey, I recognize this. Hey, soul, I got you. But do me a favor. Do that important work, but make sure that you remember Amanda. You remember, you. You remember that I am important. I am commanding. I am declaring that I am sovereign. So integrate. Hey, consciousness, make sure that you integrate healthily back into my body. So I wake up revitalized, well-rested, open to new opportunities, clarity, solutions, healing that was not available to me prior to this sleep. Come back into my body. Hey, soul, hey, consciousness, come back into my body. So I wake up revitalized for the day ahead. Thank you. Thank you. This is a great time to incorporate a meditation practice. I do have an 18-day meditation that's a morning and an evening meditation that is very specifically, intentionally, and divinely designed to create a system of wellness, healing, optimized DNA, brain function, body function, to help recharge and reset your system. Retrogrades are great. This is a wonderful time to do something like that. It's guided visualizations. So I have an 18-day, I call it, instead of a meditation challenge, I call it a meditation dedication. Because when you say meditation challenge, it already sets the stage that meditation is going to be challenging. And this is just designed morning and evening to end your day and start your day in space, in clarity, in divine intention, in enlightened intention, in wholeness, health, healing, love, the essence of who you are. And if you are interested in that, you can certainly go to my website. It's called the 18-Day Meditation Dedication, and there's a 20 off coupon. So you use 20 off and you'll get 20% off. But you don't have to do this. Find some meditation music. Find something that aligns with you. There are tons of resources out there. And maybe listen to some music or meditate or sit still and calm your nervous system down through your breath. Even if it's between emails. You know, you get an email that irritates you or frustrates you and you want to react to it. We're human. We do that stuff. But it's so much more effective and quality oriented. And the sun just moved into Virgo, all about quality over quantity, precision and usefulness, and also about healthy routines. Virgo loves healthy routines and consistency and beautiful outcomes as a result. But this is a good time to create a practice. And even when the going gets tough, even when you're building those new muscles and sprouting your wings, You're doing something that revitalizes your soul and your spirit, and those spiritual tools right now, and your personal practices for development and evolution. The deeper you go, the farther you pull back the rubber band on the slingshot, because that tension is there, right? Think of it that way. Someone defined that. It's not mine, but I thought it was such a brilliant analogy for retrograde season, the numerology. When you pull it back, the rubber band, there's tension, but the deeper you pull back, the deeper work you will do. And know that once you release that sling, it's going to shoot farther and brighter coming into late September and October. And October is a month for not only insight, propulsion, and clarity, but it's also a preview into what is to come. It's a precognitive time, meaning divine insights and things that are to come, things that we may love, things that may scare us to death, and things that may burst us open into excitement, hope, and joy. So it's a good time to recognize, to really realize is maybe a better word. It's funny, the powers that be just said, correct your words. It's not a recognizing time, it's a realizing time. For realizing what you've learned, where you've grown, so the reflective time, where you are today, and what's opening up in your future. What's opening up in your future to heal, and what's opening up in your future to evolve. So take this time to find practices and tools that are practicable, that are accessible, that you can incorporate into your day-to-day in a dedicated way, and trust with the speed bumps, the roadblocks, the potholes, because we're all going to face them, the miscommunications and challenges, Mercury retrograde nonsense, to communicate clearly, be flexible when things get flubbed up, and know that there is some divine alignment a little bit internally and externally, and that everybody's in the same boat. So not only where can you give yourself some grace and some ease and some compassion, where can you give that to others? And when you get to give it to others and it feels good, do it. Because being of service, and not in the way that depletes you or overextends you, but where you can be because you want to be, enjoy that. Because we're all in this together. Don't forget that. We're all in this together. Take care, my friends. Take it slowly. Be easy on yourself and others. Thanks for joining me. I'm Amanda Rieger Green.
Dive into the exciting world of Rome luggage, where your luggage echoes your personality. Pick your colors, from the shells to the zippers, wheels, and more. Then, using only the best quality materials, our workshop in the U.S. will build your bag. And we are so sure you'll love it. We offer a 100-day free trial and a lifetime warranty. Head to RomeLuggage.com and don't forget to use code JOURNEY50 for $50 off. Oh, and grab 2 or more bags, including our backpack totes and duffels, and an extra 10% discount is yours. No code required.